What's going on, everyone? It's Simon, and I just wanted to take a quick minute to talk about my new favorite tiny camera and lens combination, the Sony A6600 with the 20 f2.8 Pancake Prime. For the longest time, I've been wanting a more powerful tiny camera that could go in my pocket, and I've had the RX100 V, which is a fantastic tiny camera, but it's one of those things that the sensor's so small that it doesn't necessarily work well in super low light. It's also not as flexible as being able to change lenses and things like that, so I can't really integrate it as well into my full workflow. That being said, I also was never super interested in the 6000 series cameras from Sony because while I loved their form factor, they never had a battery that worked well where I could take the same chargers. It didn't match the A7s. So for the price for the better quality A6000 series cameras, it just was not worth spending the slight lesser amount where I could just buy an A7000 series or an A7 series camera. That being said, when Sony announced the A6600 earlier this year, I knew it was going to intrigue me and I had to get my hands on it. When we were planning for Ethiopia, I knew that there was going to be some situations where we might want a smaller camera that could fit into someone's pocket or a small regular looking bag, not a camera bag, because going into some places like markets, restaurants, and things like that, you don't want something that's big and obvious that you're a photographer. We did go to Mercato, which is the largest open air market in Africa. And let me tell you, we stuck out like sore thumbs and we got a lot of attention that having a bigger camera would have brought more and more unwanted attention. The A6600 was a perfect option for us to use on this project. When I was reaching out to Sony about loaner gear, I was curious about how small and compact I could get a camera and lens combination with the 6600. And let me tell you, this definitely fit the bill for what I was looking for. I was thoroughly impressed with every aspect of this camera. It's such a small body that I could actually stick it into one of my regular pants pockets. What I did end up doing was taking the rubber viewfinder cover off and just being able to slide it in a little bit more easily. But quite frankly, the fact that I could fit the equivalent of a 35mm lens with or a 30mm lens with such a powerful camera that can shoot 4K video that has a really high quality still image, and it's f2.8, so it works pretty well in some lower light situations. I'm also impressed by the functionality of a lot of the buttons and things like that, where it just made it feel almost like I was shooting an A7 camera, but it's so much smaller. I did carry this thing around quite often. We use it as backup for a lot of things, and we did do some other testing with it. We did shoot some time lapse with it and things like that, just to make sure we were putting this thing through its full test. Quite frankly, it blew me away at every point that it could have. One of my favorite things is the flip up screen, so you could do vlogging with it. It would be kind of hard if you were using one of their multi-channel microphone options like the ECM-B1M or the XLR adapter or their wireless lav system, but the fact that you can use any of those without any wires and things like that, and also still have the screen that is super flexible for use, is a home run. There's not much else I can really say about it besides the fact that I absolutely love this thing, and I'm sad that I have to return it to them, but I'm definitely gonna be thinking about picking this up in the near future, depending on how the projects that I'm working on go. But I just wanted to take a quick minute and talk about how it did come in super handy in some of those situations where we couldn't take a bigger camera. While we did use the A7R and the 24-70 and 24-105 in a lot of our situations, there were those times when this was the ticket. This pretty much went everywhere with us. So that's really all I got for this video. If you have any other questions about the A6600 or the 20 Pancake Prime, leave a comment down below. I would be glad to answer it with the best of my ability. I don't know this camera fully inside and out, but it's just from my real world testing while I was in Ethiopia the last couple of weeks. Be sure to hit that subscribe button so you are following along on this journey as we unpack everything from Ethiopia, and be sure to hit the bell so you get notified every time we upload a new video. Have a great week. I'll see you guys next time.